Hello children, welcome to today's session. So in the previous class we have discussed about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So what is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number must be written as a product of prime numbers, and we have written some examples also. And in exercise 1.2 we have discussed the first and second bit. I have discussed, and I have given some applications also for homework. So some of the students are getting some more doubts because that method was found to be somewhat tough, taking the prime factors, taking the highest number, HCF and LCM. So in this session I will clarify the previous session doubt, then I will go for the next sums of exercise 1.2. For example, find the LCM and HCF of 20, 24. Find the LCM and HCF by prime factorization method, the same questions. So in the previous method, first I have given to write the powers and everything. So today in this class I will tell one somewhat very easy step. So that is a basic on 6th and 7th class type of sums. Prime factorization method, tree method. So first multiply with 2 table. 2 tens are 20. Next 2 is a prime number, 10 is not a prime number. So again 2 5s are 10. So that means 20 can be written as 2 into 2 into 5. Next take 24. Now write in a tree method. Again you have to take 2 table. 2 12s are 24. Then next 2 6s are 12. Then next 2 3s are 6. That means 24 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Okay. So yesterday what I did? I written as 2 power 5 into 5 power 1. This is 2 power 3 into 3 power 1. So if you write these powers, some students are getting confused. So I will tell one more, a simple shortest method. So first, if you are finding the HCF, very simple. First you write 20. How 20? What is that? 2 into 2 into 5. Next 24. What is 24? 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Right? So that means you have to copy the same thing in a row. Now HCF is equals to, very simple, take the common terms. So 2 is here, 2 is here, round it off. 2 I have to write, for every 2 numbers I should write 1. Next 2 is here, 2 is here, write it here. For every 2 numbers I have to write 1. That's all. 5 is here, it's not there. 2 is here, it's not there. 3 is here, it's not there. So that means I have to stop here. What is the answer it is? HCF is equals to 4. Next, now suppose if you are writing LCM. How to write the LCM? Same, we have to write the pattern like this. 20 is equals to 2 into 2 into 5, and 24 is equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Now whenever you are writing LCM, same pattern we have to follow for HCF like this. First we have written for every 2 numbers I have written 2. Next for this one also 2 I have written 2. Then here we have to write whatever the numbers are remaining, you have to write. So what is the remaining? 5 and 2 and 3. That means first we have to write the common terms. For every 2 numbers we have to write. Now what is the answer it is? 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20, 22s are 40, 43s are 120. That is the answer. So don't write powers and everything. Very simple. Right? Suppose if 3 numbers are given, how to do? That one also I will explain, and then I will go for the exercise sums. This is explaining only because of the students who doesn't understand the previous method. Right? So 15, 25, 30. Suppose this is given. So first, writing the factor tree method, 15. Now obviously I have to go for, since the last digit is 5, I can go for 5, 3. That means 15 is equals to 5 into 3. Next, 25. Since 25 also I can written as 5 into 5. Because both are prime numbers, I had to write. So 25 is equals to 5 into 5. And next, 30. So 30 can be written as 2 table. 2 15s are 30. Again 5 km it is, I can write as 5 3s are 15. That means 30 can be written as 2 into 5 into 3. Next, first I am finding HCF. What is the step to be done? First I have to write 15 is equals to 5 into 3. 25 is equals to 5 into 5. And 30 is equals to 2 into 5 into 3. So whenever you are doing HCF, I already told you have to take the common. Now this time 3 numbers are there. We have to select a number which are in 3 numbers. Now look at this, 5 is here, 5 is here, 5 is here. So that means I can take this 5. For these 3 numbers I have to take 1 5. HCF is equals to 5. Now look at this, any other number is there? You can answer 3 is here, 3 is here. Can I write? No, you should not write. That number must be in 3 numbers. So we should not write these 3 also. 3 3 rendu nagasa rendu rayachante, you should not write. We have to write only the number which is common in 3 numbers, because 3 numbers are given. If 2 numbers are given, we have to check the common number in the 2 numbers. Now what will be the LCM? So LCM is same. 15 into 15 is equals to 5 into 3. Next, 25 is equals to 5 into 5. Next, 30 can be written as 2 into 5 into 3. What is LCM? What is the first step? First you have to write all the common terms. This is the common term, 5. Then next what I told? Write all the remaining terms. So 3, 5, 2 and 3. 5 3s are 15, 15 5s 75, 75 2s 150, 153s 450. So that is the answer. Got it? So this is the easy method for finding LCM and HCF using prime factorization method. Yesterday's method somewhat high standard method, and this one is somewhat a basic standard method what you learned from the previous classes. Now we'll go for the exercise sums. So exercise 1.2, question number 3, 4, 5, 6. Question number 3 and 6 are same pattern. Question number 4 and 5 is same pattern. Now first I will explain question number 4 and 5. So if you can read the question number 4, what is the question is? Explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. This is the question. So how to do? Generally what they will do is generally multiplication and everything. That's the secondary matter. First what we have to show, that is, he said this is composite number. You have to say why it is composite number. For that sake, we have to recall this fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What is fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number must be written as product of prime numbers or prime factors. So if we show that if we have written this in terms of prime factors, then automatically it is a composite number. That is the logic. So here answer. How to write? First I am taking the 7, same 7 into 11 into 13 plus 30. Look at this. This is multiplication and this is addition. Now what I will do is I will take 13 common from both. Then what I will get, you know? Yes, 7 into 11 into 1 plus 1. Don't get confused. This is 1. This is 1. 13. 7 into 11 into 1. Okay. So I will keep the brackets also. Now you will get understand. Now I have taken 13 common. So 13. Same 7 and 11 is there. 13 into 1. 13. 13. Now what is the next step? 13 into, what is 7 11s are? 77 plus 1. How much it was? 77. Now that is 13 into 78. Now how to write the prime factors of 78? Now first I am starting with 2 table because it's an even number. 2 3s are 6. What is the remainder? 18. That means 8. So I can write 2 3s are 6. Remainder is 1, 8. 2 9s are 18. So how many times? 39. So 2 is a prime number. 39. Now 39 can be written as 3 and 13. That means 13 into 2 into 3 into 13. 13 is a prime number. 2 is a prime number. 3 is a prime number. Again 13 is a prime number. That means 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 can be written as 13 into 2 into 3 into 13. So if any number which is expressed as product of prime factors, then that is composite number. So therefore this is a composite number. That is the conclusion we have to write. So therefore this can be written as 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is nothing but 13 into 2 into 3 into 13. So here we should write one statement. I am just informing orally. Whenever you are writing in the book, you have to write. According to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, if any number is written in the form of product of primes, then that is composite number. Here 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is written as product of primes. So therefore our given number is composite number. This is the statement you have to write. This is the concept. So here we have to, this is the application of theorem arithmetic. So without multiplying this, ఇది మళ్ళీ 7 into 11, 11 into 13 చేసి మళ్ళీ ప్లస్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ రాసేదానికంటే సింపుల్ గా by using this logic we can prove it as composite number. Got it? Next, the same method we have to follow for that one also. So what is that? First here it is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. Now look at this. What is the common in this case? 5. Now take the 5 as common. How much I will get? 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 1. This is one number and this is one number. Now 5 into 7 6 are 42. 42 fours. 4 2s are 8. 4 4s are 16. 61 68 into 3. 3 8s are 24. 2 is common here. 3 6 are 18 19 20. 3 1s are 3 plus 2 5. 504 into 2. 2 4s are 8. 2 zeros are 0. 2 5s are 10. How much I got? 1008. 1008 plus 1. This one. Now 5 into 1008 plus 1 is 1009. You know, 5 is a prime number and 1009 is also a prime number. So this number is written as product of prime numbers. So our given number is composite number. Okay, that is the conclusion we have to write. So for some of the students unable to write properly, for them I am writing the conclusion for this sum. You have to write the same conclusion for the above sum also. What is the property is conclusion. According to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, every composite number can be written as product of prime numbers, product of prime factors, or we can say, what is that? Product of prime factors. So composite number can be written as prime factors. Means if you reverse the statement, if we written in terms of prime factors, that is composite number. So therefore our given number, what is the given number? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into plus 1 plus 5 can be written as product of 5 into 1009. So since 5 and 1009 are prime numbers, so our given number is a composite number. That is the conclusion. So how can you say that is a composite number? Means reverse in a statement. A composite number is written as product of primes. If we write product of primes, that is a composite number. So that's all. This is the answer for these two questions. Now I'll go for question number 5. So the same statement you have to write for both 4 and 5 questions. Now look at the question number 5. The question number 5 is same. How will you show that 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is a composite number? Explain. So what is the question? 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is a composite number. This is very simple when compared to the previous question. The same. So look at this. What are common? 17 into 11, 17 into 11. Then what will you get? 17 into 11, if I take common, what will be left here? 2 plus what will be left here? 5. So 17 into 11 into 2 plus 5, 7. Look at this. 17 is a prime number, 11 is a prime number, 7 is also prime number. So here the given number is written as product of prime factors. Then according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, if any number is written as a composite number can be written as product of primes. So therefore, since our given number is written as a product of primes, our given number is composite number. So previously I have given the same statement, we have to write this. So that's all. By this I can say that our given number is a composite number. Don't multiply 17 into 11 into 2, 17 into 11 into 5 and add. It's a very big process. No need to do that. By using a simple logic, we can write the answer very easily. But don't write these 3 steps in your examination or in your notes. You have to write like this. After this, you have to write all the statement. What is the statement? According to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, every composite number can be written as product of primes. Here, our given number 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is going to be written as 17 into 11 into 7. 17, 11 and 7 are all prime numbers. So therefore, our number can be written as product of primes. Therefore, the given number is composite number. Basing on that, I am saying that the given number is composite number. We have to write that conclusion. Right? Next. Question number 3 and 6. Both are same questions. Point both are interrelated. So first I will explain the question number 6. What is the question number 6? What is the last digit of of 6 power 100? This is the question. So after explaining this question, we can go for the question number 3. Now 6 power 100. So what is 6 power 100? How to write? So first 6 power 0 means 1 is the answer, because a power 0 is equals to 1. That is the formula we have. A power 0 is equals to 1. So therefore 6 power 0 is equals to 1. 6 power 1, that is 6. 6 power 2 means, what do you understand? 6 into 6. How much it was? 36. 6 power 3. Don't write 6 into 3. 6 power 2 means 6 into 6. 6 power 3 means 6 into 6 into 6. So how much it was? 6 6 are 36. 36 into 6. 6 6 are 36. 6 3 are 18. 19, 20, 21. So what is the answer? It is 216. Next, 6 power 4 means, what is the answer? 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. That is 216 into 6. So 6 6 are 36. 6 1s are 6. 7 8 9 and 6 2s are 12. How much it was? 1296. Next, 6 power 5 is equals to 6 into 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. So that is 1296 divided with multiplied with 6. Again 6 6 are 36. 6 5s are 54 plus 7 357. 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 5 7. 6 1s are 6 7. How much it was? 7776. Now if you carefully observe the pattern, So the digit is 6 here. Here 6. Here 6. 6 and 6. Now what is 6 power 6? Same 6 into 6 should be multiplied how many times? 6 times. Now if it goes on right, what is the question given? 6 power 100. That means 6 should be multiplied how many times? 100 times. So you will take minimum 2 days to do that type of sum. But without doing, we can say the answer. What is the last digit of 6 power 100? Is what? 6. Last digit must be 6. That is the answer. So that is the pattern to do. Now the question is, what is the value of, what is the last digit? I am not asking value. Value means very big number. What is the last digit of 6 power 59? What is the answer? 6. What is the last digit of 6 power 159? 6 only. Right? So the answer is, so therefore basing on the pattern, we can get the conclusion is that the last digit, therefore the last digit of 6 power 100 is 6. That is the answer. Next question, the last question. Question number 3. What is the question number 3? Check whether 6 power n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So 6 power n ends with 0 or not? This is the question. For any natural number, ante 6 power 10, 0 ends with any number. N is a natural number. So previously what we have done, 6 power any number you will get 6 only. Here 0 or not. Means what is our answer? No. 6 power n with n any natural number. With n any natural number cannot end with 0. Okay, so if you simply write this statement, it is not complete. So we have to tell the reason also. What is the reason? How you are saying? Don't say, in previous question is different, 6 power 100 is different, already given, 6 we are doing. Now in this case, how to write and how to conclude is that it's very simple. If any number ends with 0, if any number ends with 0, its product of prime numbers, will include 5. ఖచ్చితంగా 5 ఉంటుంది. Because if a number ends with 0, what we have learned in the previous classes, it is divisible with 10 and 5. 10 and 5 both. So therefore, if any number ends with 0, its product of prime numbers, when we are writing in terms of product of primes, it must include 5. Now what is given here? 6 power n. 6 power n can be written as 2 3s are 6 whole power n. So what is the formula? A into b whole power m can be written as a power m into b power m. So in this case 2 power n into 3 power n. So that means it is having only 2 and 3. There is no 5. So 5 is not included when we are writing in terms of product of funds. So therefore, basing on this, we can say that 6 power n cannot end with 6 power n cannot end with 0. That is the statement. 6 power n cannot end with 0. And that is the simple logic we have to find. If any number ends with 0, its product of prime numbers will include 5. For example, look at so this is not our question, but our convenience purpose I am explaining. Look at 100 ends with 0. Then what is right? 2 50s are 100. Next 2 can be written as 2 25s. Next 5 5s. So 100 can be written as, how I should write 100? 2 into 5 into 5. Look at this, 5 is there or not. That means 2 power 2, 5 power 2. You can take any number ends with 0. You can take 4560. Check it. If we are writing in terms of product of primes, no doubt it will have 5. So since in our 6 power n there is no product of prime, so the product of prime with 5 digit, it does not end with 0, right? So if these are making into 2 parts, this is already answer is not given. No is the answer. If you want to know the reason why it was no, this is the reason. Okay, so that's all. This is the end of today's session. Now today's assignment is simply exercise 1.2, question number 3, 4, 5, 6. One time you have to write. Today's assignment, exercise number 1.2, question number 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your assignment. So hope all you will write. And some of the students are just sending the snapshots of your homework, because some students with brothers and sisters in some other class also, we have registered the single mobile number for them also. We are in big confusion that whose homework is that. So to avoid that confusion, better to write your name, date, subject and session also. Session, which session you are writing? Someone is sending 3 days back homework. Just he is simply taking the photographs and he is sending the homework. How to analyze? On which day it was there? So from Monday onwards we are going to have the homework assignments. So we will place a tick mark on that one. So be clear, session and date and name of the student is must. And second thing is, whenever you are taking the photographs, you are opening total book and you are taking from a long shot. That is also not correct. Fix the page, because each and every line I am checking. When I am checking, we are finding some mistakes. So if I want to correct your mistakes, the work what you have done, it should be visible clear. Take one photograph, no problem. Send 5 or 6 photographs, 6 pages. Why to take at a time bigger one? And someone are sending in PDF format. Videos are also sending. No need for that. Only send the homework or home assignment what I have given. That's all. So this is the end of today's session. Next we'll go for one more important session in the next class. Thank you.